What is up, guys? This is Zach here with my Q&A video. Oh, nice to hear that, but it's a preview for Tough Enough on Monday. Perfect timing, start the video, and then they play a Tough Enough commercial, so that's perfect timing. I'm here with my Q&A. I got a pretty good amount of questions. I have 41 questions I have to answer. Some of them are repeats, though, I will admit. I just threw them in there, just in case I forget I answered it, so I'll just answer it again, but whatever. I don't know how long this video will be. Hopefully it's not an hour long like someone else's Q&A. You know you are. But anyways, I'm trying to answer these questions the best I can, and basically, but before we get to the video, I want to give two plugs to SoccerBeast 274007 and the Apex Predator 92. So go subscribe to those guys. The guys' links will probably be in annotations or whatever, but go sub with them. So, alright. Question number 1. By the way, I'm not going to say who asked the questions because that would just take more time. So, yeah, sorry about that. Question number 1. If you could make any WWE DVD, what would it be? An example, a DVD about someone they haven't made, a DVD for an anthology of some pay-per-view. If I had to choose one DVD to be made, I would make an anthology of, what would I make? Like an anthology of Raw. You know, like, start making out these anthologies like with all the episodes on one, like, set. You know how, like, the complete Raw 1999 or something like that, complete Raw 2000, one set or something like that. Just make complete anthologies of, like, Raw, because especially if people need to catch up on Raw, they can just buy an anthology set and start, watching Monday Night Raw if they missed it, like me. I want to watch some Raw that was, like, in the 90s, because when Raw was on in the 90s, I was watching it, but I was born in 1996, so I really don't have anything to watch, so I just go back, pop it in, watch some Monday Night Raw, but, I know the blurs will be there and everything, but at least I'll have to watch, so I'd really like to see a Raw anthology. I know they make a lot of Raw DVDs, but just put them all on, like, disc, all the episodes. I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty cool. Do you think Daniel Bryan will ever be a main eventer in WWE? Why or why not? Seeing WWE is reviving the manager role. Who do you think top WWE superstars that need a manager, and why? And who do you think can be their manager? What your WrestleMania 28 dream card? Top 5 ROH wrestlers you think WWE should sign, and why? And what do you think of WWE has signed Mexican Lucha Libre star Avern? What matches do you think are ROH best in the world, and what do you think of Sin Cara? That's a lot of questions, and that's just all in one thing too. Daniel Bryan ever be a main eventer in WWE? Yes, I do see him being a main eventer in WWE. I know a lot of people are saying he's never going to be a main eventer. He's just going to be in the mid card, blah 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 blah. If this guy, he's good, all right. Everyone knows this guy is the best in the world, in my opinion. I'm a huge mark for the guy, but the guy really hasn't had any time to show his skill, not just wrestling skill, but like in promos. He's only cut like a few promos with the Miz, with his feud with the Miz last year. He cut a promo with Michael Cole, which was one of my favorite promos of that year, when he beat the hell out of Cole and socked the shit out of Miz. And if you turn this guy heel, his promos, I guarantee you guys, will be amazing. So yes, I do see Daniel Bryan being a main eventer in WWE. Reviving the manager role, I really don't care about that, to tell you guys the truth, because managers are there to distract the ref or whatever. Basically what Miz and Riley has done. And who I think needs manager? Honestly, I don't think anyone really needs a manager at this point, because WWE just uses the same stars week after week, and people like, let me see, Tyson Kidd. I know he's been getting the one getting all these managers. They don't really have a character for the guy. So, because no one really has characters set in. Like, they might have characters, but they don't show it. You can't really pair them up with managers if you don't know their character. So, I don't think anyone needs a manager. So, yeah. WrestleMania 28 Dream Card, I'm not going to go over. I haven't made one up yet, so I'm not going to waste time thinking one off the top of my head. top 5 ROH wrestlers signed WWE. Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, Roger Strong, Davey Richards, and who else on the roster? I'll just throw in Eddie Edwards. I think that should go to WWE. I don't think Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards are probably ready for it because they're smaller guys. And WWE usually doesn't sign smaller guys, but that'd be cool to see the American Wolves in WWE too. So, what big thing do you think needs to happen or change the wrestling business? Now, this one I have to think about because I'm not really sure what needs to happen to make wrestling, change it. I don't know what a big thing that could happen. You could have. I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly don't know what needs to happen to change wrestling. I'm sorry that if I didn't answer your question very well, but I honestly just don't know at this point because what does need to happen? Does Hulk Hogan need to die or something? I don't know. I just don't know. Do you watch hockey or soccer? If so, what are your favorite teams? Fuck those sports. I'm sorry, I know people watch those sports, but those sports are just boring as hell in my opinion. Jericho or Triple H? Jericho. Your thoughts on Davey Richards? I think he has a complete package. Do you think so? Nope. He's good, but he just doesn't have the height size that basically every person needs, according to Vince McMahon. Yeah, if he was a little bit taller, he's pretty short. He's like, what, 5'8"? If he was like 5'10", I'd say he's probably the complete package. But honestly, I don't think he's a complete package. So, no. Dave Richards, overall thoughts, great wrestler. Hottest diva and favorite entrance stage, non-WrestleMania. Hottest diva, I don't know if you mean currently or of all time, but currently, I'm about to say Maurice. I don't even know. You got Maurice, you got Kelly, you got Eve. What else you got? Caitlyn, AJ. I don't know. I'm still saying Maurice though, because she's favorite entrance stage. I'm not gonna lie. I honestly don't pay attention to the stages that much. But favorite entrance stage, I don't know. I'm looking at pay-per-views to see if I can find one that was pretty sick. Fuck. Maybe SummerSlam 2008. I kind of like that stage. The stage is pretty sick. Like the whole movie, thing. That was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and say SummerSlam 2008. NBA Finals prediction. Favorite NBA team. Miami Heat and Miami Heat. No, I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm just saying because Dwayne Wade's been my favorite player for, I'm going to say, since 06. He's been my favorite player, so yeah, definitely Heat. If LeBron James and Jerry Lawler had a death match, which king would win? I don't know. Honestly, don't care. I'd just say Jerry Lawler. Just because he could pile drive LeBron James' ass, and LeBron James would just probably shoot baskets at him or something. I don't know. So, Jerry Lawler. Who do you think is the best overall active wrestler in both WWE and TNA? WWE, Daniel Bryan. TNA, don't watch TNA. But either Kurt Angle or AJ Styles, because I don't really pay attention to TNA anymore. If you could be any type of wrestler, what would you be? Power, speed, or technical? Well, I'd love to have all three of those. You'd be based. That's a complete package right there. Have power, speed, and technical. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably say power, because if I'm in WWE, they don't give a shit about technical wrestling. They just want to make sure you're big and you can put on good matches. So I'd probably be Powerhouse. How many DVDs do you have in total currently? Over 200, that's all I know. Well, I'd say around 200. Maybe not quite at 200, but around there. I don't know, I don't count them. Who is your favorite wrestling angle of all time? Wrestling angle. I'm not really sure. Because there really hasn't been any interesting angles besides the Nexus and John Cena angle lately. But of all time, I don't know. Maybe the whole. Fuck, I'm trying to think. I really don't know. I might sound like a noob with this one. I'll just say Nexus and WWE because I just can't really think of one on top of my head. I don't want to say the Alliance versus WWF because, or the Invasion angle you could call it, because until the truth, I haven't seen all of it. I've seen a little bit of it, but not like the whole thing, so I can't really judge it. And people said the Alliance angle or Invasion angle sucked. I don't know if that's true, but that's what people tell me. So whatever. I'll just say next WWE. Whatever. Call me new to wrestling because I said that, but I don't give a shit. When you start watching wrestling, who's your favorite wrestler from WWE, TNA, ROH? Who's your favorite legend of wrestling? When I started watching wrestling, I said this a million times, I grew up into watching wrestling because my brothers always hogged TV and watched wrestling. I watched it until 2002. That's when my brother stopped, and I started rewatching it again in 2007 because all my friends always were talking about it. So decided to check it out. Watched it, got into it, and get to it. Favorite wrestler from WWE, TNA, ROH, WWE, The Miz. TNA, don't watch TNA, but I'm gonna say Kurt Angle because he is one of my favorite wrestlers. And ROH, Roderick Strong. I know I might get heat for that, but hey, I'm a Roderick Strong fan, so fuck off. Are you going to get in the UFC? No, I'm not gonna get in the UFC. I'll watch a fight every now and then, but I'm not gonna be like a full mark for UFC because all the fights I'm interested in, they're always disappointing. You know. Lesnar vs. Penn 2. Disappointing. Didn't like it. The only fight that really got me into it was Lesnar vs. Velasquez from 121, I believe. I don't know. That was the only match that really impressed me. You know, even though Lesnar lost in the first round, it was a sick fight. But all the other fights I was looking forward to in UFC just disappointed me. So I'm not really huge on UFC that much as I was. What's your gamer tag? Again, I don't play Xbox Live at the moment, so I'm not going to tell you because I don't play Xbox Live. If your house burned down, thanks. If you could only save one WWE, or not just with WWE, if you could save one DVD, what would it be? Wrestling Road Diaries. I'll post a review of that tomorrow, by the way, and you'll see why. And favorite game of all time? Oh shit, I don't even know. I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto Vice City, man. That game, I can play that game anytime I want, and that game will still be the shit to me. So I'm gonna say Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Do you think Sheamus deserves and can be a top in WWE? I believe he proved his worth. Okay, I think he has a great gimmick and a great personality, and has great wrestling skills. He can work very good matches with Orton, Morrison, Christian, Cena, and Bryan. Does he deserve being top WWE? Maybe in a few years. Just the way he was pushed, I think a lot of people started hating on him because he beats everyone in ECW who was a jobber in ECW. Goes to Raw, wins the title in 2 months. Everyone just hates on him. Sheamus, I'm not high on the guy. I think his push was a mistake. I really do think his push was a mistake in 2009. I don't think he deserved to be WWE champion. He did not deserve to be WWE champion. If you say he deserved to be champion, you're fucking high. But in a few years, maybe even next year or 2013, he could be like a huge top guy in WWE. So, yeah, and he doesn't put very good matches on, to tell you the truth. Like, what the fuck did I just say? Did I just say Sheamus cannot put very good matches on? If I did, I'm stupid. I meant he can put very good matches on, but I don't think he deserves to be a top, like, #1 guy in WWE, so. If you got to pick one person in WWE to get a push to the main event level, then who would it be? I'm gonna say Ted DiBiase. I know I might get heat from this, but I know I was a huge mark for the guy a few years ago when he was in Legacy, and ever since Legacy split, I'm gonna say this guy hasn't done anything. He hasn't won a mid-card title. He hasn't done anything, basically. Now in SmackDown, I do think he can become a huge guy in SmackDown. If he just starts winning more, you know. I think he's won like what, 1 or 2 matches in like this entire year. I think he's only won like 1 or 2 matches, but I do think if you start building this guy up good, he can become a huge guy in WWE. So DiBiase, which Diva or Knockout has the best TNA? I like that question. And who is better, old LAX or AJ Styles and Daniels? Again, don't watch TNA, so I'm not gonna answer that question. But who has the best TNA from the Divas and Knockouts? WWE, Maurice has the best TNA. Her and Eve have the best TNA in WWE, in my opinion. TNA, that's a hard-ass one. You got Madison Rayne, you got Mickie James, Velvet Sky, Miss Tessmacher. I'm gonna say those two, or those 4 right there for TNA are the best TNA. So that's a hard question to answer. So I'm just gonna say WWE, Maurice and Eve, TNA, Madison Rayne. Fuck. Almost all the knockouts, except for like 2 or 3 knockouts, don't have TNA. Like SoCal Val, Christy Hemi's not that good. Winter, hell no. There's one more person I want to say, but I don't know her name. But basically almost every TNA knockout, besides 3 or 4, have really good TNA. So yeah. Who do you think will be a future world champion? What is your favorite Survivor Series elimination match? If you could make your own wrestling DVD, what would it be on? What's your favorite dream match? What is your favorite Royal Rumble match? Who could be a future world champion? A lot of people in WWE could be a future world champion. But I'm about to go ahead and say, look at the poster right there. I have the Tomorrow's Champions poster. If I had to pick one person to be future world champion, I know I said if I could give someone a push to the main event, it'd be Ted DiBiase, but I'm gonna say John Morrison for future world champion. From what I've heard, he's supposed to get like a Miz-like push this year, so maybe go through with that. Favorite Survivor Series elimination match? What was the match? WWF vs. the Alliance, Survivor Series 2001. I love that match. Make your own wrestling DVD, what it be on? I already told you guys that on the Anthology Raw. My all-time dream match. That's actually the next question. Repeat question, so I'm going to say after that. Favorite Royal Rumble match? 2001. Stone Cold wins it. Fucking love that Rumble. 2001 was just an epic year for WWE. Or WWF, I should say. Next question. What is your favorite, or what is your WWE/WWF dream match? Stone Cold Steve Austin versus John Cena. Yes, I said Stone Cold versus John Cena. In my opinion, that match will sell out WrestleMania alone. Just that match. In my opinion, that match is bigger than John Cena versus The Rock. Stone Cold versus John Cena would be the most epic match. I guarantee it. That'd be the most epic match of all time. I'm telling you, that'd just be fucking epic. Shit. That would be $60 for WrestleMania alone, just that match. Because if you buy it in HD, it's like $60. So that's the epic match right there. What's your favorite SmackDown vs. Raw game? 2007. That was an epic one. That was probably the best one. Because 2008 sucked. 2009 was okay. 2010 was okay. And 2011 was okay. So 2007 was a beast. What's your favorite baseball, basketball, football, and hockey team? Baseball, Giants. Basketball, Miami Heat. Football and hockey, I don't watch those. Well, I was a huge football fan, but when I started watching wrestling again in 2007, I basically fell out of football, so I really don't watch that much anymore, so can't answer the hockey and the football team. What are your thoughts on Sin Cara? Epic as hell. Does this guy speak English though? Because I want to see him get a promo. I do not want to see him speaking Spanish. But Sin Cara, epic as hell. How do you feel about having to wait for John Cena vs. Rock match? In a way, I have mixed feelings, because in a way it's like, alright, they have a year to build this match up. But the thing is, this match has been building for a while. People have been predicting Rock vs. Cena for a while. People said Rock vs. Cena was going to happen at WrestleMania 25, 26. And then, you know, when Rock came back, everyone thought it was going to happen at WrestleMania 27. But it's a good thing you have to wait, but then again, it's a year wait. You're like, I gotta wait a year for this match? Oh, well. But whatever, it's okay. Do you think Miz will become WWE Champion before or after WrestleMania 28? Sadly, I'm going to say after WrestleMania 28 because this year I see Cena dropping the belt to Del Rio, and I see Del Rio holding that belt for a while. But then again, WWE had Christian hold the title for 2 days, so I don't know how long Del Rio hold it. But I don't know. I want to see Miz become champion, but I don't see like how he would be champion for the rest of this year. So I'm saying Miz will be champion after WrestleMania 28. Who's your favorite diva and why? I don't know if you mean by of all time or currently, but currently Maurice, because you know, obvious. But of all time, Trish Stratus, obviously. What is your thoughts on Justin Gabriel? Badass. Justin Gabriel is a badass with that beard. I know, in the past, I called this guy a faggot, a homo. Yes, I did call Justin Gabriel that, I'll admit it. But when he grew that beard, he became a fucking badass. That's all I'm gonna say. And he's great in the ring too. At 450, he's sick. Who is your favorite wrestler in the WWE at the moment? I already answered that, The Miz. Do you think Drew McIntyre should face Randy Orton at SummerSlam? No. And the reason is because they're not even on the same brand, so why the fuck would they face each other at SummerSlam? Pretty stupid. Do you think that R-Truth deserves a title shot against John Cena? No. R-Truth sucks. Alright? Face or heel, he still sucks. But I'm gonna admit, he must be a pretty damn good heel, because every time he's on my TV, I just want to turn my TV off. So, who do you think is this one cracks me up right here. Who do you think is the best current wrestler in WWE right now, besides John Cena? John Cena is not even in my top 10 for best in WWE as in wrestling wise. Actually, no, he wouldn't. But technical wrestling WWE, Daniel Bryan. But as in like superstar, like my favorite out of everyone, The Miz. Actually, I have a 3-way tie for my favorite wrestler in WWE right now: Miz, Bryan, Wade Barrett. But I'll pick Miz out of all of them. Which wrestlers would I like to meet one day? Miz, Daniel Bryan, Wade Barrett, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Rock, trying to think, Ted DiBiase, Alberto Del Rio, Sin Cara. There's a lot of wrestlers I want to meet one day. You know, John Morrison, Chris Jericho. I don't know if you mean currently or just any wrestler ever, but so just a few wrestlers I would like to meet one day, but I highly doubt I will. I might meet a few of them, not a few of them. But if I meet them, I meet them. If I don't, I don't. Oh well. There's just a few guys I'd like to meet. Do you think it was pointless for Christian to win the World Heavyweight Championship if he was just going to lose it 2 days? Within 2 days. I don't think it was pointless. Because now that Christian won the title, but then lost it, that puts him in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because the guy won it. So if he lost it, at least he's able to say he was world champion. You know, it was 2 days, but he can say, hey, I've been world champion. But it's a good thing because ever since he lost the title, he's become a huge factor on SmackDown. He's been coming out on SmackDown every week saying, I want the World Heavyweight Championship, I want the World Heavyweight Championship. And this past Friday on SmackDown, he might have turned heel. You know, he hit Orton with the belt and walked out with the belt. So, I think it's a good thing for Christian that he lost the world title because it now makes him a pretty good factor on SmackDown. So, actually, it's a good thing. What's your gamer tag? Again, I'm not going to tell you because I don't play Xbox. On live, I should say. Do you like the NHL? Who's your favorite team? No, don't watch hockey. What's your favorite WWE stable and tag team, past or present? I'll do both. Um, Past, Evolution for stable, and a present, actually the Core, my favorite present, and past stable, or no wait, let me get this straight. Alright, favorite stable currently is Core, past stable is Evolution, and tag teams currently Slater and Gabriel, past Edge and Christian. What's your favorite football team and why? I don't watch football that much, like I said. What do you think about John Cena vs. Rock at WrestleMania 28? Already told you guys about that. What's your favorite pay-per-view of all time? And what is your favorite stable of all time? Favorite pay-per-view? Holy shit. Fuck. I don't even know. I'm gonna say... Fuck. No, wait. Yeah. SummerSlam 2002. No, not SummerSlam. Survivor Series 2002. I love that show. Especially because HBK won the world title that night. So Survivor Series 2002, my all-time favorite pay-per-view. Do you think that Heat will win the NBA Finals? Yes, I hope they do. And I do think they'll win. What is your favorite WrestleMania of all time? WrestleMania 19. Not 17. 19. What is your favorite WWE DVD ever produced? Holy shit, that's a hard one, I should say, not a long one. Long and hard. Anyways, I'm not really sure. That's a hard one. I can't answer that. I'm sorry, I can't answer that. It's another question I cannot answer. It's hard. There's a lot of great DVDs that WWE has produced, but I just can't pick a favorite one. So sorry. What's your favorite match of all time? Shawn Michaels, Bret the Hitman Hart, WrestleMania 12, Iron Man match for the WWF Championship. Phenomenal match. It's my favorite match of all time. Favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time and why? Undertaker, Mankind, King of the Ring 98. Pretty simple why everyone loves it. I love that match. And I don't need to explain why, because we're fucking Mick Foley or Mankind gets his ass thrown out the cell. Epic moment right there, so that's why it's my favorite Hell in a Cell match. Favorite superstar of past and present. No. Favorite superstar of past and favorite match of theirs. Shawn Michaels. My favorite. And then again, favorite match of theirs was him versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12. Favorite NFL game in 2011 by any team. Again, don't watch NFL that much anymore, so I can't really answer that question. If you could pick up to 5 superstars to have a DVD, who would they be? Miz. I mean, if Morrison can get a DVD, so can Miz, and Miz has more of a story than Morrison does. Morrison's DVD sucked. Who cares about your surfboard, Morrison? This may be a little too early to do a DVD about this, but this would be a 6 DVD. Story of the Nexus, the original Nexus. I'd say from their reign to their until Punk took over. You know, they could talk about that. That'd be just great right there. So next DVD would be sick to have. Again, I know it would be too early to put one out. They probably will put one out like years to come. But that'd just be a sick DVD to watch right there. Who else? I'm trying to think of someone. There's not really a lot of superstars that deserve DVDs in WWE, so that's why, or are worth having DVDs. I'm trying to think of the roster. They could have like an anthology Legacy, you know when Orton, Rhodes, and DiBiase formed Legacy. I know that set would probably suck because basically Legacy was Orton's bitches, but it'd be pretty cool to see a Legacy set. Here in DiBiase and Rhodes basically talk about their whole thing's Legacy. I don't know. Like to see, who doesn't love a DVD? There are some people I'd say, but they have DVDs coming out like Orton, Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase. So I'm not gonna say their names or anything. Um, trying to think. They could do another Stone Cold Steve Austin set, like a documentary set this time, because his legacy of Stone Cold just have matches. I think they have little interviews between them, but whatever. I know he has the Stone Cold Truth and Cause Stone Cold Said So, but I want to see a documentary where everyone talks about his career, you know, like Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and all them talking about Stone Cold throughout his career and stuff, but that'd be cool to see. And last one I'd like to see is, I'm trying to think who doesn't have a DVD, like a legend. Fuck. I don't know, I'll just say those four. I really can't think of another person that have a DVD. Why do you think, hold on. Do you think WWE, TNA will ever rule over WWE? Fuck no. Who do you think the Raw GM is, and who do you want it to be? I have no clue who the Raw GM is. No clue whatsoever. The fucking GM thing is stupid. They need to make a GM. I'm tired of always hearing the dun 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 dun. It's annoying as hell. So they need to pick someone to be GM. And who do I want to be? Honestly, don't know. It would be cool to have Stone Cold be the GM. You know, have him come like, I'm the new GM. Blah 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 blah. That'd be kind of sick. But that's probably not gonna happen. But if I had to choose someone to be Raw GM, it'd be Stone Cold, because that'd be epic as hell. Do you think Miz will ever recapture the WWE Championship this year? Sadly, no. What's your favorite pay-per-view match of 2011 so far? Orton vs. Christian at Over the Limit, sick match. Would you like to see any ROH wrestlers turn up in WWE? Yes, I already said 5 of them I want to see in WWE earlier. What has been your favorite WWE moment since it turned PG? Nexus Invasion, greatest angle in a while. What happened to my couch? My brother moved away and took it. Q&A 1 is over. Sorry if I didn't answer these that accurately, whatever. Can't pronounce that word. Big words in me just don't go. Try to do my best to answer these off the top of my head. I really should have at least looked over the questions and thought about them before I made this video. But it's whatever. How long is this video anyways? Holy shit, 30-minute video. That's gonna take a while to upload. But I'm Zach. Thanks for watching my Q&A. I highly doubt any of you watched the whole thing, but whatever. I'm Zach. I'm not, guys. Thanks for watching.